told me she loved another man.
Is that what she said?
Said I didn't fit into her lofty.
We all been there, Doc.
Now she's gone. You know I ain't gonna worry.
Cause what? Sit on top of the water?
I'm sitting on top of the world. Long as you're alive, you're sitting on top of the world. You know, little girl, there was a time I didn't even know your name. Why should I worry? Little girl, it's all in vain.
Dr. Helen Aldridge, Tahlequah, Oklahoma,
You know I shouldn't worry.
by way of Taft, Oklahoma.
I'm sitting
On top
top
of it.
of the world. Help me out a little bit, Pat. Send a message.
This is good stuff. How's everybody doing? Are you digging this? Dr. Aldridge is the man. He is truly the man. Hope the mic is right.
Needn't come back here running,
Don't come back here running,
holding out your hand.
holding out your hand.
I'm another woman. Come back to your mind-blowing man. Oh, you said he's gone.
He's gone now?
Little girl, I ain't gonna worry.
Where you sitting?
I'm sitting on top of the world.
All right. Isn't that great? You know, blues is one of my favorite genres. People that know me know that. And Dr. Aldridge, my personal friend, is one of my favorite blues artists. Please look him up on YouTube, Dr. Helen Aldridge. And he's also the state's leading historian on the historic black townships of Oklahoma. He's written papers and books on the subject. He's been called by governors. He's an expert. His research into the history of the great all-black towns that our state features. And he grew up in one of those towns, Taft, Oklahoma. Check him out. How's everybody doing? I'm so glad to be here. Please remain seated. Episode 15. Is that right, 15? Sounds like a lot, but I think that's where we are, actually. Episode 15. Checking my iPhone to make sure I'm correct. Yeah, episode 15. Wow. Where does the time go? What do we want to discuss today? There's so much to discuss. Let's start with politics. Because I know some of my biggest listeners are big politics fans. Let's start with the fact that President Trump approved a mission that killed the leader of ISIS. Wow. His name was Abdul Abad. Who gives a shit what his name is? He's a terrorist and he's dead. He's a terrorist and he's dead. I'm not going to try to pronounce his damn name because it don't matter because he's in the ground or whatever they do. Congrats to the troops. President Trump having the gumption to pull off and approve this mission. I felt the same way when President Obama approved the Bin Laden mission. Here's the difference, guys. President Obama, who I don't hate, he just never reveled in it. He never made us feel proud. Anytime 44 Barack Obama was talking about Islamic terrorism, he always sounded like he was about to damn apologize. He never called them terrorists. He never called them monsters or the things that they are. And that's what's good about Trump. He had a press conference and he said, I watched the guy on TV cry and beg and whimper like a dog, and he died like a coward. And these animals are getting what they deserve. That's what we should do when we discuss these terrorists. They're getting what they deserve because they don't show us any sympathy. We need to quit showing them sympathy. So bravo, Trump, 45, for getting this guy put away. So proud of that. And isn't that a genius move? The way they announced the pullout of Syria, they probably relaxed a little bit, and bam! Our badass Navy SEALs or whoever they sent in came in there and dominated. This guy was trying to protect himself with children, all the stuff cowards do, and he died like he deserved to. So proud of that as an American. I hope you are too. Put down partisan cloaks and be proud as an American that one of the bad guys is no longer breathing air. That's awesome. So proud of that. I hope it continues. So the Washington Post did an article this evening. My good friend Ed Murray of OETA posted about this. And they called this guy a freaking scholar. The guy that we killed today, they said ISIS leader and Islamic scholar dead. Don't call the guy a scholar. He's a freaking terrorist. Not a scholar, not a good guy, a terrorist. So Washington Post, back up, call it like it is. He's a terrorist. Point blank. Quit being a wussy and call it like it is. Quit trying to appease every group and be glad you're in America. We can be proud that we're in America. Again, we can be proud that we're Americans and we live in the best country in the world. I love the press conference. I urge you to go back and listen to the whole thing because it's good. Trump did a good job of making us feel proud to be Americans. And that's one of the things he does well. And that's still why I think he's going to win and win big in 2020. What else is going on in politics? This is quite interesting. So I've just uncovered some research that says that the Democrats are going to use partisan extremism to win the election. And you're thinking, hey, idiot, they're already doing that. No, let me explain. The impeachment trial, they know they're going to lose it. But they just want to get him impeached and get him to the Senate, even if it's voted down, because they want to create an anti-Trump feeling. The Democrats, Pelosi, and others know they have no way to beat Trump. Their candidates suck. So their plan is going to be to make Trump look so bad that people will vote for whoever. And they'll swing some of those Midwestern states that they lost in 2016. This scares me a little bit because they want to get an extreme left person in there. They want to get an extremely left person in the White House. So they're going to try to create an anybody but Trump vibe. And they're going to do that using the impeachment inquiry. So if you're moderate, you need to be thinking about this because we can't have a Bernie Sanders or one of those extreme left nut jobs, which by the way is the whole Democratic cast, which is why they lost me, because they're all extremists. We've got to stay diligent to make sure that we vote, because we can't underestimate these guys. Even though I've been saying we can, I thought it was a landslide. I'm a little bit worried now. So I think that killing the terrorists helped us. But I do think the impeachment thing is picking up steam, and they might try to use that to create an anybody but Trump scenario. So be mindful of that. Be very mindful of that. But kudos to Trump for approving this mission and for telling it like it is and let the American people know that he died screaming, trying to cover himself with children. He died like a coward. We don't have to apologize. We don't have to call Pakistan like Obama used to do. You know, he used to say ISIL instead of ISIS because ISIL was more accepted by them. You know, it's those kind of things that really make me wonder. I told one of my good friends tonight, I said, we know the Clintons are evil. Which, by the way, hurts me because I used to be a big Bill Clinton fan. But we know the Clintons are evil. But is Obama evil? Is Obama evil, or is he just politically misguided? Because I used to think he was a good guy, but I'm not sure. I'd welcome your comments on this video down below. Tell me, is 44 evil, or is he just misguided? Is he really a terrorist sympathizer? We'll never know. What am I drinking tonight? I'm drinking a great selection from my library. This is a Willit Bourbon, and you probably don't know anything about Willit. It's a terrific distillery in Kentucky, and it makes some of my favorite whiskeys. Today we have a 9-year-old bourbon, and it is, and by the way, Willit does not water down their whiskeys in any way, so it's a bottle of the barrel. So we got a 117 proof bourbon that is surprisingly smooth, and I'm enjoying a little sip of that tonight during the podcast. So cheers to the 20 or so of you out there that might watch this. What a delightful whiskey. I just can't believe that is 118 proof, essentially. Did I tell the story of why I started drinking whiskey instead of beer? I think I did, but why not tell it again? Because we might have a new viewer. In 2013, during the happiest time of my life, when I was married to the love of my life, we began to watch a TV show called Justified, and it was set in Kentucky. It's a cop show, so cool. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Oh, it's so good. And of course, being set in Kentucky, bourbon was a big part of the show. So I wanted to drink bourbon. And by the way, bourbon just means American whiskey. The word bourbon is the same thing as saying American whiskey. And I'll get into that in a moment if you want to. But bourbon was a big part of this show, and so I wanted to drink some. I started drinking, and I realized, guess what? If I drink a little bit of bourbon, I get pretty relaxed. And guess what? I don't have to pee all night like I did with beer. Because when you have severe disability like I do, cerebral palsy, it's very difficult to go to the bathroom. So if you drink a bunch of beer, then it's no fun because you have to work so hard to use the bathroom. So I changed myself to a bourbon drinker. And cheers to everyone out there. Quick rundown on bourbon. When we changed over from England, we became independent. We got tired of drinking their whiskey, so we started making our own. And there was a lot of corn grown in Bourbon County, Virginia. And we thought, man, we could make some great whiskey with this corn. So we started making our own whiskey, and since it was Bourbon County, Virginia, we called the whiskey bourbon. And just a little bit further, traditional bourbon is made with Kentucky Rocky Mountain water, and it's aged in brand new white oak barrels, and it has to be at least 51% corn for it to be bourbon. So I'll quit with the whiskey history lesson, but that's some nice USA history for you guys out there. But yes, I am worried about the Democrats, Pelosi specifically, realizing, hey, all of our candidates suck. But if we just create so much animosity towards Trump and we swing a few states, maybe we can win. The polls I'm reading say the more vicious it gets, the more Democrats it will turn out. And that makes sense to me, and I'll tell you why. Because the Democrats that I encounter, and by the way, I guess I'm technically a Democrat myself, but the leftists that I encounter are so hardcore and so vicious that they will turn out. They will turn out because they're so brainwashed and so ready to see anybody but Trump. So stay diligent, keep your eyes open, and vote for what's best for America. You know, years ago when I was a kid, when I was a young man, one of my mentors told me that it's more important to be about a party than it is a candidate because the party platform was going to push forward. And I agreed with that at the time. I no longer agree with that. I think a man can be a man, a woman can be a woman without going down party lines on everything. So vote with your heart and vote for your country, but damn sure make sure you vote. Make sure you vote because we don't want Beto in there, taxing everything like crazy. What did he say? What did Beto say he was going to do recently? I think tax guns, just unreasonably tax guns. He's the worst candidate, Beto O'Rourke. Really absolutely laughable that anybody's supporting this guy. And there's a girl from my hometown that loves him, and I'm giving a shout out to her because she needs to wake up and see that this guy's an idiot. And she needs to drink enough pumpkin spice lattes so she'll wake up and realize she needs to find a new candidate because this guy is a complete quack. Speaking of quacks, Bernie Sanders announced that he is recommending that every company give 20% of its assets to the employees. Federal requirement. If Bernie gets elected, 20% of all assets will go to the employees. Another stupid socialist idea. Look, socialism has never worked. Do you hear me out there? Socialism has never worked. Why do they think it's going to work now? Why do they think it's going to work now? What else is going on? Kamala Harris. I love that she goes with Kamala when we all know her real name's Kamala. She's named after the Ugandan warrior. Anybody fans of fake pro wrestling out there? When I was growing up, I loved this stuff. I used to watch it at my grandma's house. My grandma would tell me it was fake, and I'd tell her it was real. And Mid-South Pro Wrestling had a character called Kamala, the Ugandan warrior. And he's this African guy that's stumbling around. He's got a guy that manages to get him out to the ring, and he can't talk in English, and he just devastated people. And his name was spelled exactly like Kamala Harris. She's obviously named after this guy because every time she opens her mouth, I can't tell what the hell she's saying because she's so stupid. How stupid is she? This week, she left some sort of urban award ceremony because the president got a big award. For what he's done with prison reform and other things, he got a big award. She leaves mid-ceremony in protest of the president getting an award. Good job, Kamala. Good job. Ridiculous. Switching gears. Talk a little football. My Dallas Cowboys are off this week. I was very disappointed by that. It was their bye week, so I didn't get to see them play today. What happened in college? Oklahoma got beat. Oh my God, I hate that. Oklahoma got beat by Kansas State. The defense looked horrible. I'm pretty sure all the people out there playing had cerebral palsy like me, because that's how bad they look. I thought all of our defense was spastic, just like me, because they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. They got dominated by Kansas State. National title over. Playoffs over. And that's why I don't like college football. Because you lose one game, and your hopes and dreams are over. If they had real playoffs, this wouldn't be a problem. Because you could lose some games and still get in. Like college basketball has. Like the NFL has. But they won't do it because they're greedy and money hungry. That's why I laugh so hard at and this is real big in my state. Shout out to one of my friends that tried to school me on it again yesterday. These people that say, I watch college football because it's pure and I don't want to watch the whining millionaires in the NFL, so I watch college where the game is pure. Give me a freaking break, bro. College football is not pure. College football simply doesn't give money to the players. Both sports, NFL football and college football, generate billions of dollars. Nothing's pure. So don't give me the crap that you watch college football because it's pure and it's not polluted by millionaires, because it is. Tell me you watch it because you like the rules better. Tell me you watch it because you think it's more fast-paced. Tell me anything but that crap about it being pure and wholesome, because it's not. It's simply not. OSU, by the way, OSU always stands for what? Oklahoma State University. I don't give a crap about what anybody's doing in Columbus, Ohio. I'm about Oklahoma State University when I say OSU. OSU got by Iowa State this weekend. Very proud of the way they played. Very proud of their quarterback stepping up after some outings that were a little bit suspect. So OSU doing well, cruising towards a decent bowl game, I think, if they can keep it going. What else is going on? So basketball season started, and the Thunder are going to suck this year. We've lost Westbrook, and we're just not going to be very good. We lost Paul George, but guess what? The Golden Girls, and for all my female listeners out there, this is not meant to be derogatory against your gender. I just like calling them, I like naming them after 80s sitcoms. Maybe I'll call them Family Ties next week. But the Golden Girls, a.k.a. the Golden State Warriors, got crushed by the Thunder today. I think it was like 130-92. So, in summary, we're going to suck this year. The Thunder suck. But Golden State sucks more. And that's all I need to know. Golden State sucks more. What else going on? The World Series, I believe the Astros won 7-1 tonight. So, I think the Astros are up 3-2. I'm personally rooting for the Nationals. I like them a little bit better. They're from the American League, like my Minnesota Twins. So I'm hoping the Nationals pull it out. I really am. I think the Nationals are American. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, I'm rooting for the Nationals regardless. What else going on? The UFC Fight Night. Great show. The main event I've been waiting months for. My guy, Ben Funky Askren, one of the greatest wrestlers at the collegiate level ever, taking on Damian Maia, the known Jiu-Jitsu world champion, in the main event. This fight was incredible. It was incredible, guys. We had mastery of ground fighting. We had Askren doing the takedowns. he got some incredible takedowns on Maia. We had Maia with transitions, sub-attempts, going like crazy, going wild. And Maia got Askren in RNC, a rear naked choke, what they call in Portuguese, the Mata-Leão, which I think translates to the lion killer, to finish the fight. And Askren went out like a champ. He went to sleep. He tapped right at the end as he was going to sleep. So I'm mad my guy lost, obviously, but what a fight it was. What a fight it was. And I love jits, you guys know that. Now, I was a big jits guy up until 2001 when my sister started doing the horizontal dance with a wrestler named Charles Walker. Great guy. He's married to my sister now, so it all worked out. But when I learned from Charles the wrestling way, the wrestling history, the wrestling mindset, I began to move away from jiu-jitsu a little bit. And when my son Ethan, my awesome son Ethan, and Nathan, my awesome son Nathan, also trained a little bit of jiu-jitsu and wrestling, I wanted them to learn jiu-jitsu in conjunction with wrestling. Because jiu-jitsu without wrestling, as I said last week, is like becoming a sharpshooter and nobody told you how to load a gun. So I was pulling for Askren because I'm sick of all these jiu-jitsu guys scooting around their butts and all this stuff. They don't know how to do takedowns. Jiu-jitsu's got no takedowns, okay? Jiu-jitsu has no takedowns. They borrow them from wrestling. Now, let me put it in perspective for you. I would rather fight a jiu-jitsu guy that learned a few takedowns than I would a wrestler that learned jiu-jitsu. Does that make sense? Wrestlers are the most dangerous. Wrestlers are the most dangerous. You know, I vented last week about these jiu-jitsu celebrities that talk crap about other grapplers. Keenan Cornelius, look him up. Total wussy, total jiu-jitsu celebrity. What a hack. Said the great Elio Gracie and Hickson Gracie are really nothing more than purple belts. Nothing more than purple belts. What a bunch of crap. What a bunch of crap. So yeah, I'm going hard on jiu-jitsu right now because wrestling needs some love. Because these jiu-jitsu celebrities are talking crap against other jiu-jitsu guys and also wrestlers. As I've said before, the UFC was created as an infomercial for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? It was mainly created by a guy named Rorion Gracie. Rorion created the UFC to start selling Jiu-Jitsu training. Okay? And they kept, this is a known fact, Charles, my brother-in-law, helped me learn this. They kept all wrestlers out of the UFC because they wanted Royce Gracie to be fighting karate guys, people that had no ground training, so they could easily win. And they did that for the first 3 UFCs. And then people are flocking in to get jiu-jitsu training. And then in UFC 4, they allowed Dan Shepard in, a wrestler. And he almost beat Royce. Why did they let him in at that time? Because they knew they already had enough going on with training. They didn't need to do the infomercial anymore. You know, I heard today Chael Sonnen was talking about Tito Ortiz and what a phony champion he was. I never thought about this, but he said when Tito Ortiz was light heavyweight champion of UFC, he called himself a world champion, but there was like 55 fighters in the UFC total at that time. When Chael was going for the middleweight title against Anderson Silva, there were over 500 athletes in the UFC. Big difference. Was Tito Ortiz the world champion? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure now. Uncle Chael did a good job of dissuading me on that issue. What else I want to discuss? I just want to say that don't discount wrestling. Don't discount wrestling. I don't believe that Asuka and Maya fought 10 times that Maya would have won more than Ben. If you can see those funky moves that Ben did, the reversal and whatnot, he just won't. He can't resist putting himself at risk. He can't resist it. He put himself at risk, and it cost him because Maya has that reverse RNC setup where he comes in with the offhand and sets the choke. And I think that's what got Askren. So we'll see where Askren goes from here. Ben Askren is 1-2 in the UFC, and quite honestly, it's not looking good. What else is going on? Conor McGregor on Thursday had his press conference in Moscow, in which he called out that he would fight the winner of the Bad Mother belt fight this weekend, which either Nate Diaz or Jorge Masvidal, and then after that he would like to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. Funny thing is, he couldn't say Khabib's last name, and he said, "Who gives a fook?" Because it doesn't matter what his name is. Kind of like I did at the top of the show when we were talking about the ISIS leader. Who gives a crap? Khabib, his manager, Ali Al-Sabiz, whatever the crap his name is, there's terrorist money flowing through Khabib. So all you Khabib lovers out there know there's ISIS money flowing through Khabib's camp. It's a known fact. Look it up. Look it up. Alright? Making me thirsty, revealing all this truth. Hold on. I've committed myself to not shaving through November in honor of meeting the Duck Commander. And it's getting weird, guys. It's getting weird to have all this hair on my face. My whiskey gets to my mustache and things. Ridiculous. So, last night I went to the $5 show for the 25th anniversary showing of The Crow, starring Brandon Lee, the son of famed martial artist Bruce Lee. What a time it was. And to go back to that 90s movie and realize how glorious, once again, the 90s were. My decade, my favorite decade, the 90s. Brandon Lee was, The Crow, Get the Bad Guys. The 90s were magical, folks. What about Brandon Lee? Let's look back. He gets shot on the set of The Crow and killed. Did that confirm the Lee curse? They said Bruce Lee and Brandon were both under a curse because the male Lees were cursed. I don't know, but it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. By the way, my favorite movie right now is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If you haven't seen it, Quentin Tarantino's ninth film, absolute masterpiece. It was re-released on October 25th, back in the theaters, with an extended cut, including 10 minutes of extra footage. If you're in Oklahoma, I know that Harkins has the new cut. I've heard that AMC is showing the same version, the old version. Make sure you go to Harkins, see the extra 10 minutes. Shout out to my mom, who I plan to see this movie with, if at all possible. I love this film. I love Tarantino, obviously. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing this. We all know that Bruce Lee was featured in that film. And I love it. I don't think the film disrespected Bruce Lee in any way. If you've seen the film and you feel like Bruce was disrespected, presuming on the comments, I don't want to go into more spoilers again because my mom could be watching and I want her to enjoy this film with me. So, there you go. So, in summary, Ohio State is the second OSU. Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy, Power of the Mullet, should win out, hopefully, and get Oklahoma State to a good bowl. Ohio State can get there with their defense, I know. OU's out of it now, so Ohio State may win. That's what we get for having an Alabama retread and no defense. Hey, why can OU recruit so many good offensive players and so many bad defensive players? Why can't we recruit good defensive players? I want to know. I truly do. I want to know. If you haven't seen the Asker Maya fight, go to ESPN Plus, check it out. Go to ESPN Plus, check it out. Please get out there, follow me on social media, 6 Foot Cowboy across all platforms. Please comment on this video on YouTube. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please watch the damn video. I hope you get out there and enjoy your week. Please keep supporting. Please remain cheated. I'm going to be around, okay? We're going to have another episode next week, obviously. I'm going to close this episode out with a little more sitting on top of the world. Alright? You guys have been great. Thank you for watching and listening. And I'll try to get this on iTunes soon, but thank you for watching on YouTube, which I think really is the best way anyway. But we'll come back next week and I'll try to have some more content. But comment, hit that like button, hit the dislike button. I don't care. You like ISIS? Let me know you like ISIS. You like Damian Maya, the Portuguese piranha? Let me know you like it. Just interact with my YouTube video. Thank you. Dr. Helen Aldridge, sitting on top of the world. Let's enjoy it. I'm out of whiskey.
My baby told me she loved another man. Oh, have mercy. Said I didn't fit into her lofty plans. Now she's gone. You know what I ain't gonna do. I'm sitting on top of the world. Long as you're alive, you're sitting on top of the world. You know, little girl, there was a time